Most people try to think their way into a new identity and their next level, and logic is not the way that you're going to make that next level in your life. It's instead in the embodiment and the vibration behind your words. Today we're going to talk about different spell works and what they can really do for your life and how they can truly transform your life. And I actually want to start with a story for today. So a couple of years back, or many years back, I was actually participating in a group therapy program. This was a research space, so they also did it as in research purpose at the same time as we got therapy in that group. And this was to understand how you can use self-compassion as a way of improving and raising your self-esteem. And since I already had studied, I have been introduced to that topic before, I was in a state where I really needed to participate in that group as well. Like, I had a journey to walk there, so to say, but I was also having the space to receive and listen into the other people's stories as well. I don't know with you, but sometimes, when you have your own challenges, you're not so likely to be able to, take in what others say, and you're very consumed in your own story, so to say. But this was a time where I was actually bridging the gap between different parts in my life and around self-esteem. So I was also able to really register and understand the group dynamics in itself. And what came to be really, really, really interesting for me, and the first time that I really saw that not only can how I speak to myself and my self-compassion can change my life, but how it can actually change so many people's lives on so many different journeys. This was a mixed group. It was such a different kind of life phase we were in. One person was a student, the other one was kind of an entrepreneur, didn't really know what their next step was in their job. Someone had I think it was a 2-year-old baby, or an even younger baby or something. Some have been out of job for a very long time. We were really a mixed group of people having our self-esteem issues by ourselves, but we were also on different paths, different backgrounds. I remember there was one person who had a really complex family situation. So yeah, we really came from different walks of life at that point. But what came so interesting to me and so transformative was to see that not only did it help me in my own journey and my own path, but we could really see and witness how self-talk and how you talk to yourself and spell work, as you also maybe are familiar with that we talked about in the ancient times. This is really a way where you can transform and change your life for the better and for good. I could see the progress in every person's life and how it really helped them to respond to life in a different way, how it helped them to get out of tricky situations and actually feel so much better about themselves and their lives. And due to that, they also start to get really great results in their lives as well. So the first two ones is something that we just want to see that we are regulating our language. So the first one is the but word. When you're using but, you are actually comparing what you just said and kind of erasing the importance of something that you just said, because you're saying something and then you're like, but. We want to change that into and instead. I am very conscious when I'm using the word what, but I'm actually only using it into two situations. Either I'm very conscious about it, I want to have a certain, there's one reason for me to saying but, or I'm very sloppy with words. That's the only two situations when I actually use the word but, when I'm sloppy or when I'm very aware of that I'm using it. I have really changed it to and, because that gives the expansion, but feels very extracting and limiting, whereas and feels expansive and what else? What is it that comes? The next one is the word what if and what else. So our minds, and this is really good for us who are dealing with maybe anxiety, maybe we are feeling overwhelmed, or Our minds are very chattery. This is a really good one to use when you're feeling very worried, or you tend to be kind of a little bit of the worrying kind, because our minds are already using the word what if, and we're using it as what if this happens, what if I said something wrong to this person. So we can kind of use the laziness of our minds of not really want to change and using what if, and we're using it to the next level, right? So we are using it to saying that what if this happens actually? What if this is actually something that is working out for me in this situation? What if this doesn't need to look that bad as I see it as of now? And this is something that can really, really help you to get out of this kind of something bad will happen. The third one is I am someone who, or I'm the kind of person who. So when we are entering a new kind of level in our lives, we want to work with embodiment. We want to work with embody our future self, get ourselves into a certain identity, or empower ourselves. Then these kind of sentences are so, so, so potent. We can really set ourselves and claim a certain identity or claim a certain version of ourselves when I'm saying that I'm someone who do eat these types of food. I'm someone who is always kind to other people. So when we're used this, we're kind of claiming a certain reality. So it is very important that you think of, what do I say that I'm the kind of person who? Do I say it in a limiting way? Do I claim something that I really don't want to claim it any longer? I think that it's very important for us when we work with identity to understand that it's a really good tool to embody your future self, but it's also always flexible. It's never stagnant, and it should never be just like, I'm always this identity from this day. The fourth one is the compassionate language. Here is when we want to be a little more kind, gentle. We want to see the world from a perspective and the lens of love. So then we're using encouraging words, compassionate words. We are making sure and training our mind to use things as, I love that. How interesting. I'm in awe of. So we're using words that feels very compassionate, encouraging, joyful, like uplifting in a way. This is a really good time when I said you want to call in more kindness, love, gentleness into your life, yourself, or you actually want to call in a relationship, for instance. Use compassionate words then. And then we have the fifth one, which is embodied language. This is language which you have embodied, and you can really use it for your favor so that you are anchoring that into your reality even more. So you may have noticed, if you listen to my videos many times, that I use certain words which I use over and over. That's because they are embodied for me. They land in another way that they maybe land for you, or they land in another way because of it's embodied for me. I do carry it. I do, like, I'm not only saying the word, I understand the full vibration, the full feeling. I have examples, like real practical examples, which that word is being present in my life. So words as vision, for instance, is really, really embodied in me. I have a very psychic awareness, and I do also am a very visionary person. I really understand the word of imagination, or embody. Actually, the recent years I've been becoming a really embodied person in what I talk about or who I am, my own kind of leveling up journey. So there are many words, or the word embodiment in itself is something that lands very differently for me today than it did for a couple of years ago, right? So you can really use this for your own favor. Think through, feel through, what is the words that really lands for you? Is it stillness? Is it peace? Is it, I don't know, like adventure? What are the different words that you feel that you are really embodying that in your life? And you can use that to kind of make your days even more, make your self-talk even more so potent, and also create your reality even more of that you want even more of, so to say. So the sixth way of spell work is your next level words. This is the words you're going to use for your next level when you want to enter, like embody your future self, when you want to have this kind of ascension work. So then we also want to find new types of words which we feel that this is my next level self who's using these words and using the understanding of the words, using the vibration of the words. Because as I said in the beginning, it's not just a logical way of describing something. This is a full-on blown embodiment, and we are going to live that out in our day-to-day. And how we do that is to also understand that, okay, this is my next level words, which I want to kind of like attract into my life. What is that? Is it magnetism for you, or is it another reality, or is it shifts, or what is it for you that you really feel that, oh my God, this is my next level? Is it enlightenment and ascension? Is it just something that's, anchoring or grounding? Or what are the words that you seek that you feel that, okay, wow, this is really belonging to my next level self, and I'm going to invite them, I'm going to start to use them so that I can also speak this into my own reality and my next level. Okay, so the seventh one and the last one is the receiving of words. This is when you're more so in a place of wanting to receive, wanting to be more in stillness. This is when you want to expand your spirituality, your awareness. Then this type of spell work really works well. So this is when you can really get into, an affirmative place and be a little bit more silent. Use less words than you usually do. Use less filler words, or use less, like listen more to what others say and really like feel how that feels in your body when you hear other people speak. This can also be that not just speaking just because, or speaking because your ego wanted to share a story just because someone else shared their story, right? Being a little bit more aware of when do I speak, why do I speak, and how is that being kind of received for me, but also received for others, or when I'm listening to others, how is that being received within me? So these were the 7 different ways of spell works. I hope that you loved it, and this will go into like really expand your own awareness, expand your own next level, and take you into your like embodying your next future version of yourself, of course, in this October, and going to be the start of something very, very new in your life. So I hope that this helped you to get yourself into the next level in the way that how you speak. And I hope that you share a little bit what you think about this video, and I will talk to you next time.